I do Mick Pulteney, Colligate, West Mids, UK, obviously. I ain't done an update on composting for a while, so that's what we're going to do today. I used to have 6 bins when I was on the allotment. Now I've just got the back garden, just got 1 bin. I'm still doing a bit of stuff out of it, enough for a warrant anyway. But I've never done the compost starting from scratch to finish, so that's what we'll do. We start from scratch, straight away through my setup. So in the kitchen itself, obviously, any scraps, not cooked food. If it's cooked, eat it. I'll give it the hound. Banana skins, but you know, normal carrot tops, everything. So that's what I say there. So we'll keep them up. Something else I need is my carbon. So I've got my shredder here. Bring that down. Loads of different paper you can use. Newspaper, computer paper. There's all sorts. But I've tried everything. The best one you can get is old paperback books like this. Just go to a charity shop and look on the side. If they started going brown like that, that tells you it's getting old. You've only got to smell them. You smell it, it's breaking down, it's telling you compost me. So that's what I look for. So I don't want to get the worm's gut ache. I don't use the glue that's on there. So when I'm ripping these off, they're away from that seal there. Before I shred these, something else I'm keeping is, when we have a cup of tea, the tea bags go in here. After a couple of days that gets soaked, so I'll swap it with a new one, dry that one, which is here, so that's soaked in tea. Another good activator. Spent tea, spent coffee. So that one will go in the middle of that. Shred it. This is part of my carbon. Beautiful stuff. The smaller the piece, or the smaller the ingredient, the quicker the breakdown process, which is what I want. That's that bit. There's my tea bags drying. Obviously when they're like that, then they empty them out. We'll cover that in a bit. The other one, spent coffee grounds. Anybody does coffee, as the Tesco, any place like that, just ask them for the spent coffee grounds. They either bin them, but or dry these out, then they don't go mouldy. You can leave them in the bag for a couple of weeks and start going, because I've been moist. Tesco had a little paddy a couple of months ago. They started dishing them out, stopped dishing them out, health and safety. What a lot of crap. Health and safety. Now they've seen sense and they're dishing them out again. Because I'm good for the gardener. Good activator for the compost. All my raised beds. Top dressed twice a year. We spend coffee grounds as well. Just used to get a car in here, not anymore. So I store my gladdies. And well, my bulbs I've just put out over winter, frost free. Shallots when I used to do them. Somebody threw a spare bin out, tried it off them. My mate might have that off me. Oh, Sam down Bridge North. Right, another little blender. I think this was 12 quid from Lidl, but they're perfect for my eggshells. I save as well. I've never had to use lime. My lime content is in the eggshells, so I just put them in a strong bag and crush them up. Once you've got your eggshells, I wash them out, dry them, get all the crap out the middle, and then I put them in the microwave low for about 4 minutes, and that makes them nice and brittle, meaning you put them in a bag like this and crush them up to that size. but a worm still can't chew that, so you put them in a blender. And then take that off the garden. While I'm in here, extras, I mean I'll go over the top feeding them, but you can feed them extras. And this one is your oyster shell. I get these off eBay. Obviously these have got to go through the blender as well. But worms love oyster shell. Another one they love, alfalfa pellets. Them are off eBay as well. So one of these bags. I mean you can split one between 3 or 4 of it. All that last you bloody years. The best one I found when I first started, Layers chicken pellets. Me and my mate Dave went round a worm farm. Had a look at the setup, and all I was using was newspapers for the bedding in their trays, multi-purpose compost and Layers chicken pellets, because worms love it. So there's a fistful of them as well. Obviously go in the blender, because I want a quick process for my composting. Okay Ben. Right, back garden is now my allotment, so every bit of space is utilised. The only place I could put my bin when I've packed up my plot, it's up the end of the greenhouse. It is on slabs, it still works on slabs, you ain't got a bit on soil, that's a load of crap, as I've proved here. But we'll come on to him in a minute. So that's the only place I could put him, but it works, because first thing in the morning he gets the sun up that road if the sun's out, and then afternoon he gets it on there. He still gets a bit of warmth. While we're on him, as you can see now, he's now got his winter coat on. We had our first frost last night. Underneath there, as you can see the door, it's white, meaning in the summer he's covered in a white plastic sheet, and that repels the sun and the heat. Black absorbs it, so now when the sun is out it can absorb the heat, help them out, because we had a good frost last night. But I'm still active inside, which we'll see in a bit. Right, so what I've done, these are up here anyway, but I've just bought me, so I've just got a load of scraps, kitchen scraps, which I have them there. If there's about a third of that, like which we get daily, then I'll just chop them up with scissors in a bowl, and then mix them with everything else. Or if there's a good lot, like any good strong bucket, edge shears, I think it's $8.99 for a middle extendable, so you ain't got to bend, but just chop everything up. Obviously this is going to take too long. I'm going to chop up as small as I do want it, or would like it, but I'm going to add with the extra bits. I mean you can throw them into these, but it's just going to take that longer to break down. That'll do a bit. If there was any garden waste as well, then I'll chop that up, so you got your kitchen waste and your garden waste. Leaf mould, anything like that, bung it in. My extras, which I've got, are under here. Get down low, man, just have a quick span. All my bags under here. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 extras, which I'll go through now. You ain't got to have these, but the more you can put in, i.e. natural products, most of them are free. Still trying to get the councils and government to do it as well, but thick as shit, they don't listen. One day somebody might listen. In fact I might try Labour now and then, but they didn't listen last time. So what do I want? I get my bowl. Right, we start off with this. This is goat muck at the back. Beautiful stuff. It is in big lumps, but eventually it will break down itself, and I just crumble it by hand. because I want it in powder form. You got to add manure. Whatever manure you put in, there's your worms. The more manures, different manures you got, the better. There's something in one manure that other manures haven't got. That's why I like my different brews. This one I've been having gladioli corms, like them on there, cormlets. They've been growing in 6-inch, 7-inch pots. So I took them out yesterday. So they're growing medium, which they was in, which is this stuff, which is a good blue. So that's another one as well. So all I'm doing, I've got my bowl, and I'm going to have a double handful out of everything and put them into, here's my bowl, and put it into here. Any bits of crap, take them out. Next one, this is basalt rock dust. This is reaming rock dust from up Scotland, Jennifer Brodie, my mate. I've done a couple of events with that BBC Gardeners World Live, we've taught there together. But I used to get this by the ton for our garden shed. I still get it now, but only by the bags. But it's superb stuff because it's volcanic. It's from the centre of the earth. So there's trace elements and minerals under there, which we got now, which we ain't got up top. And this is an addition as well. So a good fistful goes in my bag. And all my raised beds, borders, everything, they have a top dressing of this once a year. Slow release, excellent stuff. Another one here. This is a mixture of topsoil, good loamy stuff. The best topsoil I can get is molehills. So if you see a molehill, I've always got a spare bag in the boot and a hand fork, although I'd use my hands. Or if I go out doing talks, I always Google where it is. Means you get a bird's eye view, and I look for fields that are close, look for molehills. I always get there early to set up in case there's traffic. And I've got permission before, or suss it out and collect some molehills. If it's a molehill, it means it's good soil because it was full of worms. That's why that mole's there, but he's bloody nicked them all. But he's left you the molehill, and he's riddled it for you, took all the lumps out. So that's excellent stuff. Another one, this is leaf mould. This, I used to collect the leaves and bag it up in a strong black plastic bin liner. You can still do it now, but the thing is with that, you've got to wet every leaf that goes in. Couple holes in the bottom of the bag, fill it up, squash all the air out, then put it behind the shed, which I used to do for 6 months. But now it's easier because this was collected about a month ago. Wasn't getting a proper close up. This stuff was from last year, so nature has been breaking it down for me. When I take Rusin for a walk on a morning, there's a place called Stevens Park. There's loads of trees there, meaning the leaves that drop off, the goodness in the leaf is superb. It's a freebie, just collect it. Beach leaves, them are a good one. I've noticed some here this morning, so that's some more I'm going to drop. So this year's leaves have just started dropping off, so all I do is scrape this year's off, and you got this left behind. So our mate upstairs has made that for you. Ready-made leaf mould. I mean, still a bit of soil in, but the goodness in that is superb. So that's another good one. Leaf mould. I'll go back on that one. Rock dust, that's one you've got to pay for. What else have I got to pay for? That one, which will come on to a bit. But majority of them, I'm free. This one here, next one. This is rabbit muck. I've got a contact for rabbit muck. This chap rung me up. He says, "Oh, doing a yellow compost king. Would you like some rabbit muck?" And I thought he'd bring me a carry bag full of wick. And he brings me 4 large bins, dust bins. 4 every 2 weeks. He's a good lad. He's got about 28 rabbits. He exhibits all over the UK. Meaning he's got rabbit muck coming out of his ears, so he has to get rid of it. But it's superb stuff. We'll have a look after, but all my raised beds now, because I'm empty outside, they're top dressed with rabbit muck. That keeps in the moisture and the warmth, and that'll break down natural products. So that goes in as well. This is another one. This is another manure. This is clean shredded goat manure, like that one's gone solid. But this one's ready to go in. Found a goat herder right in the middle of our zone. And they've all got to get rid of the muck. So that's a good one. This one is wood chip. Very similar to this one. This one I've done this morning. I took all the lumps out this morning and put the lumps by the side of my fruit trees as a mulch. But all these, if them small pieces like that, it's a natural product, so that's going to break down as well. I used to have a contact for wood chip on the plot as well, and they dropped a load off Friday afternoon. It piddled down overnight. Next morning it was steaming, it was cooking. I thought, bloody Nora, but it's going to, because it's a natural product, and in the middle it was getting that hot, it started cooking already. So I thought, that's it, small pieces, I'm going to start using them. So that's another one. This is Spent Ops, Batham's Brewery. Used to drop off once a week. Another contract, I got them down the allotments. Beautiful stuff. My mate went to, is it Oldham's? But he dropped these 3 off because I've finished with the allotment now. But beautiful stuff. If you've got a brewery, or if you're on the internet, just put breweries, then put your postcode. And you're surprised you know how many small independent breweries there are. We go on down our road and they just brew for their own pub, but he's still got to get rid of his Spent Ops. Just ask him for the Spent Ops or the spent malt. It is beautiful stuff. All my fruit trees are top dressed twice a year with Spent Ops. I love it. This bag is my spent coffee grounds and spent tea leaves. I open tea bags up because I'm plastic, so that's the mix. Coffee grounds and tea leaves. Bung them in as well. This one at the back, alpaca muck. Look at that, beautiful little nuggets. The good thing about alpaca muck, rabbit muck, hamster, anything like that, there's no strength in it. You can use it straight away. It's going to burn the roots of the plants. That's a quid a bag from over the top here. Luckily it's got about 12 alpacas. Of course, it's got to get rid of her muck as well. It's free if you collect it yourself, but it's like a quagmire to get in. You need wellies and shit. But for a quid a bag, bags it up. It's nice and loose, it's dry, the bag's clean, but it's in a shed and you can put it straight in the car, which is perfect. But it is beautiful stuff. Next one, that's another brew. This is any muck I get, like that's what I got this morning. Like there's your nugget. So that's how you get most nugs. I mean, them are nuggets. I'll pack them up when they're small nuggets. But this is another one. It's dried, shredded. I dry the muck and then put it through the large green shredder in the garage. And it just breaks everything down small. It's just smaller, beautiful stuff. This one at the back, seaweed. When I used to get that back home, I used to squill it off, get the salts off, but I've since found out the salts that are on it, which is common sense, the good salts, they don't need to take off. And there's different seaweeds in there, as you can see. Let's open them up. So this is Breen we've been to, Portsmouth, and this one next to Lyme Regis. Was it Charmouth? I think it was, or So there's different seaweeds, exactly the same again. Different seaweeds have got different feeds in. So I chopped everything up and mixed it. And a good fistful of that is superb stuff. Another freebie. This one is what I got this morning. Osmuck. He puts these outside and anybody passing can see the bags and they just take them. He's got his oxygen in the field. But these are better nuggets than what you get at McDonald's. There ain't no shit in this. Well, there is, but it's good shit. Sand. Horticultural sand. Any sand you can get. Another natural product. Wood burner ash. Obviously, it's got to be clean wood to get burnt. You don't want nothing that's been varnished, anything like that. But that also keeps the springtails down. You get too many in your compost heap. Springtails are good, but if you get too many, they'll overrun, and that keeps them neutral. So a double handful of everything, mix it all up in the bag, and that's the end product. Beautiful stuff. I'm mixing everything up, meaning the worms, when I put it in, they haven't got to look for anything, it's there. All they've got to do is eat and multiply rapidly, which is what they do. Right, let's get back from the kitchen. If you remember me carbon, something else I used to do, which I missed out, so I didn't write it down. Another good extra one is egg boxes, and I was ripping these up last night watching England play football. Loose to grease, so you can rip them up while watching the box. Once again, the small, nothing coloured, nothing glossy, just in case, but the smaller the ingredient. So them lot, so I've just mixed nice big bag I want, and I'm going to mix everything. So pretend that lot I've just chopped up. It will be chopped up better than that. Look for this one, that'll do. So a double handful of everything in there. Then I'm going to add the carbon, which is my shredded newspaper, nice fishful, egg boxes, loo rolls, kitchen rolls, shred them and all. These are my eggshells, alpaca, them I've shredded from the garage, so they're good as well. Another good one, I'm in touch with people all over the world, and obviously composters, and they learn from me and I learn from them. When I first started, there's a bloke in Australia, porridge oats. They love porridge oats, so them good as well. Beautiful. That's a chip bag from Lidl, less than £1, so that's going to last you 2 months. But they love it. Look after them, spoil them. Done that. So that lot now is going to get mixed again. Don't forget, if I've only got a small amount, then I'm going to mix it in the bowl by hand. This is a good go. Right, quick curve, nice mixed, beautiful. I can eat that now. So, bin. Lid comes off. What I usually have is 3 carpet lids. When I used to do this originally, when I had my bays, my wooden square pallets. I just put a carpet lid on. When it broke down, the carpet lid dropped with it. But because this has got a lid on, I never put carpet down, and there's never any activity on the top. Then I thought about my bins outside. So this now, exactly the same. As it breaks down itself, the carpet lid drops down with it. So you've got activity lifting that carpet up. Whereas before, because it was drying out as well. So 3 bits of carpet, but I've run out of carpet. So I'm going to use a white towel, an old one. And it's a bath towel, so it'll fit this and cut it. But when you keep these carpets moist, and in the middle it's nice and warm and moist, there's your extra worms that you add on. So I'll just shake that onto there, put that in my lid, then the other carpet, fold that up, because there's my extra worms when I put my ingredients in. So I put that there as well. You get a quick nose down there. Now I added stuff on here yesterday, so you can see already the worms are there and the springtails as well. That's what these little chaps are, but it's superior stuff. That's nature working away. Don't forget we had a good frost last night. Still working because I put a coat on him. Right, while we're here, if I want any compost out, because I'm using it as a growing medium 100%, if I only want a bit out, if I'm potting a couple of canners on or something, I'm using clover compost plus 50-50 with my own, or if I'd got enough I'd use my own compost, but I'd take it out the bottom if I need a good dollop out the door on the bottom. But if I only need to do a couple of plants, then all I'll do here is go down a couple of inches and then underneath I'll check that out, just putting that back in there. Right, we'll come to that in a bit. So I've just chopped that lot up, mixed with, bung it in, level it out. Now we get that's dry. There's a bit of moisture in there with stuff I've chopped up out the kitchen, but not enough. The worms out the top one. Shit. That means I dropped one. Extra worms there at your carpet. It's only a few, but it is cold. I've added my worms. It is dry, so I'm going to put a bit of moisture on it. Just going to get me watering can. Don't forget, worms breathe through the skin. The worms are going to stay moist, otherwise they'll clear off, meaning they'll go deeper looking for moisture. If you keep it moist, they will stay there and go through that rapidly. That is their food. Look after them. Now stay there and look after you. Right, let's give them a bit of moisture. If it was freezing cold, then I got a kettle in there. I put some, just so it isn't ice cold water. All you need to do, that's enough. If you do overweight them, it's still okay because you've got the drainage. Carpet in. Covers that lot. them in next to, and them two are still moist, so I'm not going to wait to them. Lid back on. In your watering can, I use rainwater only. There's not much crap in tap water to look after kids' teeth, which will kill all the good bacteria. Obviously, if I got no choice, meaning I've got 2 water butts, but if I run out of rainwater, then I've got to fill it up by the tap. But then I just leave it 48 hours with the lid off, and all the crap disperses. Then I can use it. Otherwise, boil it, let it go cold, or use bottle water. But I never use tap water if I can help it. Also in there you can put liquid osmuc as a feed, extra feed, or liquid fish. Which I've got here, which is a fish hydrolysate. It is superb stuff. I flog this one under my talks. Boston, it's thick as a ferret, but you only need 1 drop to a litre of rainwater. But it's the best feed you can get, because that's what the druggies use. Get it from a hydroponic shop. Liquid fish. Superb stuff. Right, they've had the goodies in there. So that's it now. So it might be 2 days before I put extra in. But they will get active straight away. As you saw there was worms on the top when there was stuff added yesterday. If I want stuff out to pot summit on, I've got my clover compost. Choose this one. Don't forget my compost is full of worms. So if I'm top dressing at a raised bed, the worms will do my digging for me. Make sure you get all the bloody worms out. There's bloody hordes in there. So I've just got that out to use, but because it is full of worms, I'm going to check them out. If I'm potting something up, then I don't want the worms in there. Plus, if there's stuff that still ain't broke down, put it back in there, because I'm going to put that back in the bin. In fact, with the worms. There's loads of little you still get worm. I mean, all them and all my canners outside, they've all got my own composting, and I'm still loaded with worms. Because like now, I'm getting all the worms out that I can see, but there's loads of worm eggs. So tomorrow you'll have another load of worms, and you think, I thought I got all them out. Well, you did. But there's loads of worm eggs in, so they ain't gonna hatch out, which is good for the plant anyway. Because if you're potting on, eventually that's gonna put outside or into its original large pot. But there's loads of them. Don't forget, that's their food. All they're gonna do is eat crap. That's your worm cats. Another good feed. I used to add worm cats as well. I used to get that by the ton for our trading sheds for the gardening club. But lost the contact for that. Spent mushroom compost, that was another one. I lost the contact for that. I think bloody COVID knackered him up. But there's a few places in there when you go out in the sticks, mushroom farms, and that they flog it on the side. Spent mushroom compost, quid a bag, help myself. But that is beautiful stuff. And I used to get that by the ton as well. So I've got loads out there already. Still bloody finding it. I'm just looking after the babies. But I'm still going to utilise them because them lot will now go back in the compost bin. This is a good way to do this. Because worms don't like sunlight. They've gone down below. So if we upend them, there they are. Beautiful. Then move off that side. Off to the side. Just look after them, they'll look after you, even in the winter. So go back to potting on, and if we've got a large pot, say the size of him, which would be final pot size for the canner to go in, you got holes in the bottom, so I'll cover them up if it's large holes with a old bricks or something. Then on the bottom, first thing I do is put alpaca muck on the bottom. That's an extra feed for them when the roots get down there, because there's no strength in it. Superb. Then I'll put my brew in, and that's it, they'll get going. There's the feed. There's everything in there to feed them. If a plant's looking nice, dark green, shiny, that's how it's supposed to be. The worst thing you can do is feed him. It's like you're having a full English and somebody an hour later says you want a steak sandwich. I think, bloody no, I could eat that, but no. Exactly the same as a plant. The roots will take it up, but you're going to make it weak. I'd be weak, I wouldn't be able to run after that, or exactly the same thing. Treat your plants like humans. Right, that's my compost. If you go digest all that, you will by getting the book. This is on Amazon. The lads taught me into doing this a couple of years ago. It's only 12 quid. I think it's 86 pages. All colour, all broken down. Starting from scratch all the way through. But you just had the update. I did want this on the back page, but they wouldn't put it Amazon. I do use Amazon for this publisher. I couldn't afford a publisher. This book contains no needlessly big words, no waffle, no confusing Latin names, no bullshit. They wouldn't let me put shit on. Although I would have liked to try all the bullshit. But there's loads in there. Don't forget my method. There's two ways to compost. You can use heat and you can use worms. If you use heat, you don't get any worms, which is obvious because it's too bloody hot. I'm going to cook them. I'm going to clear off. There's quite a few who use heat, saying you do get worms. Eventually you do, yes, but that's after bloody 6 months or something. I want my compost. Don't forget, this is ready within a month, and I've even used it after 3 weeks to good effect, because I've still got lumps in after 3 weeks. With my clover compost is good. It's the best compost we can get. That's why we get it for our trading sheds. But there's nothing in it in the sense to hang on to anything. Like if I fill a pot with that, well, it's good compost, but the feed or the water will go straight through. Some else I use, vermiculite. That's a good seller down our trading sheds. That hangs on to moisture, warmth and oxygen. So I mix them two together. It don't dry out so quick then. Plus it keeps the warmth in. But I did a trial using clover from scratch. And this was when I used to do the leeks and onions. So I prick everything I prick out, I start them off in plastic drinking cups, holes in the bottom, compost, and then prick them out. And I started with 2 seedlings from a pot leek, both exactly the same size. All the way through its life, that had clover compost, this one had my compost. And at the end result, I was on par with him, and I'd got a better colour than him. I'd got better root structure because, as I mentioned before, if you've got them in a big pot and they've been in there a while, you can upend them and it's not going to collapse because the roots are loaded together and it's moist. And my roots, well, it's in the book, was thicker because I was using compost after 3 weeks, which means I've still got lumps in my compost, and those lumps hung on to the moisture and the warmth more so than the vermiculite in there with them. And I got bigger, better roots. Superb. If anybody, any gardening clubs, WI groups, lobbing sites, need a talk on composting, just give me a ring, email, whatever. The details will be put on the bottom below later on. I do several talks: composting, raised beds, no dig, cultivation, year on the plot. But you'll see anyway, there's loads. Just get in touch. One last thing, if you are already composting, just try it yourself. If you ain't done it already, just get your own compost, 100%, and just try it on a seedling or something, and you'll have a shock. Because with the peat compost, I think we're okay for another year. They've extended it for another year. But when they do bring the peat free in, it's crap. I've got people all over the UK trying the peat free, and the only decent peat free stuff is about 20 quid a bag. That size bag, that's £4.50 now. Who the hell's going to pay 20 quid for a, and it's full of crap. Just try your own compost, you'll have a shock. Facebook, on there, the Compost King. Just get on the page, like it, and then everything I do, my blogs, anything to do with the gardening, which is new enough daily or every other day, then you can catch up. Because whatever I do, it's trial and error. I'm still trial and error now with everything because I want to get the best out of what I do. If somebody does anything better than me, then I go and rack the brains. If they don't tell me sod all, then they can suck egg. But that's it. Hope you've enjoyed something. Good composting.